Hello students, good morning. Welcome back to our guided reading lesson. This is Hansel and Gretel. Okay, so this lesson is gonna be for this week as well as for the upcoming week. Okay, let's get started. Hansel and Gretel. First, let's have a look at the writers, authors, illustrators, and the publishers. It's written by Malachy Doyle and Tim Archbold. And Collins. Collins is one of the world's famous book publishing company. And Collins books are packed with inspiration, innovation, practical expertise. They place you at the center of the world of possibilities and give you exactly what you need to explore. Their books are really amazing. After you're done with the story, I would highly encourage you to go for other Collins stories. Okay? Before we start our story, let's have a look at the learning objectives, okay, and the success criteria. So after this lesson, I want you to read the text independently, and you should listen, and you should even read the story for your friends. And I want you to complete some activities based on the story. Also, while reading the story, I want you to concentrate on these three things. That is, before reading, during reading, and after reading. I want you to note down these things before reading. What story? Clues are in the title and the picture. Is this story real or make us believe? How do I know? If this text is real, what will I learn? What will the main character need or want? Why do I read this story? How do I picture the setting? And while reading the story, concentrate on these things. What will happen next in the story? How do I feel about the main character? Why does the character act or feel a certain way? Does the story or text make sense? How will the story most likely end? How does the story or text remind me of my life? And after the story, I want you to concentrate on these things. How did the story or the text make me feel? What do I like or dislike about the story? What is the main part of the story or text? How have my feelings about the characters changed? How are the characters feeling? Are actions different at the end of the story? What is the author trying to tell me? So concentrate on these things too as you are reading the story. Hansel and Gretel, written by Malachy Doyle and illustrated by Tim Archbold. Can you guess, looking at this picture, what's going to happen in this story? You made a guess? Great. Good job. Now match your imagination. Well, now stop and think. Is this book fiction or non-fiction? And why? Now let's read the story. Before that, I want you to follow these things. Eyes watching, ears listening, mouths quiet, hands still, feet still. Let's get started. There's no food, said the old man. How will we eat? Take Hansel and Gretel for a walk in the brown earth, said his wife, and leave them. "No," said the woodman, "I cannot." "You must, or we will all die," cried his wife. So the woodman took Hansel and Gretel into the brown wood. He gave the boy and the girl some cake to eat, but Hansel put it in his pocket and dropped little bits all along the way. The woodman left Hansel and Gretel deep into the dark, dark wood. He walked away and did not look back. "Now we are all alone. How will we get home?" Gretel sobbed. "Do not cry," said Hansel. "We will see the cake. I dropped it in the dirt, and it will lead us home." But the birds came flying down from the sky. They saw the cake all along the way, and they ate it all up. Caw, caw! Hansel and Gretel were lost. They walked on and on till they were very hungry. Then they saw a small house. A sweet little granny was outside. "Come in and eat," she said. But when they got in, she locked the gate. "I'll make you fat," she hissed. "I'll toss you in the cauldron, and cook you and eat you." But Gretel grabbed her hair and threw her in the cauldron. They unlocked the gate and ran away as fast as they could. "We will show you the way home," said the birds. "Caw, caw!" When they got home, the woodman ran out to greet them. "I'm so glad to have you back," he cried. Hansel and Gretel were happy then, and the woodman did not send them away again. Okay, students, that was the story all about. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, now this is the illustrations of the book. Illustrations refers to the pictures in the book. Okay, try to spot out the main places in this story. Now let's pay attention to some of the important elements in the story. Who are the characters in the story? Characters refer to the persons in the story. So who are the characters in the story? Where is the setting of the story? Like where the story took place. Is it in the forest or on the beach? Where exactly? So think about the setting of the story. Now let's pay attention to the meanings of these words. Woodman refers to the person who cuts wood for his daily living. Pocket, you all know. I think you all have pockets in your pants. And then sobbed. Sobbed is cried, and then toss. Toss is threw something very lightly as he tossed the bread on the along the pathway as he was walking, and then grabbed to snatch. Cauldron, like a kettle in which the lady was planning to, cook Hansel and Gretel. Greet, to welcome with lovely words. Okay, now try to relate these words in the story, where these words were used in the story. Just make a guess. How do you feel about the wife's idea? Is it a good or a bad idea? Would you do this? What was Hansel planning to do? Do you think his plan will work? Okay, now I want you to work on the singular and plurals in the stories. Wood, cake, bird, gate, house, toss. So work on that and try to keep answers ready for these questions. Who can retell the story for the class? How did Hansel and Gretel trust Granny? Why did the story make us think Granny was kind? Who can tell the class about their favorite character and why? Let's look back. Let's reread the story Hansel and Gretel. What's your favorite part of the story? Why? If you were left in the dark woods, what would you do? Okay, find two personal pronouns, two conjunction words, and a simple sentence and keep it ready. And here is the worksheet in which you need to fill about the settings, characters, what happened in the beginning, middle, and end. Work on your fluency checklist. And after you're done with everything, this is an optional activity. You can color this page. Hope you enjoyed the story, and here is a reward for you. Okay, so let me remind you, this lesson is for 2 weeks. Don't hurry up and complete everything this week. You need to divide this for the 2 weeks. Okay? Thanks for watching. Have a good day.